comments there.
Yeah, Bob.
I'd just like to address the point that George Daley raised about the debate in Washington and whether there will be time in Washington to debate the human chimera issue that Irv raised. There's a move to jam this issue before the end of the session. And if that happens, there will be no debate in Washington. It'll be a Senate floor debate, no committee debate. It'll be a debate between senators without a great deal of information on this. I hope that that doesn't happen because the consequences would not be, the probabilities of good consequences are not high. But more importantly, by the time the debate on human chimeras happens in Washington, D.C., it's going to be too late, because politics is local. And those individuals who are litigating against us here in California are currently working on the House members and the senators across this country on this issue. So that I would suggest very strongly, or plead with you, to please use your expertise to reach out within your own district and within your own state to educate your congressional House members and Senate members now. Because if we go into a congressional session in 2006 in an election year, and there is a debate even in February or March in a committee, there will be massive pressure before the primaries for people to vote against chimeras because they don't understand the evidence of how important these have been in prior therapy development of cell therapies. My understanding is that Paul Berg has written a letter that addresses this, that he is sending to me, that I'd like to circulate, and if those members of the panel and members that are here would create their own letters within their own states, I will tell you that a letter received by a senator or House member from his own state is a much more powerful tool and companion tool to something that may come from a procedure scientist from another state to persuade a member that he's got a position that he can identify and justify in his own state. If you can stand up and say in the state of Michigan that you have a prestigious scientist from Michigan who's taken this position and holds a department chair in the University of Michigan, that carries a huge weight in that state. So please realize by the time it gets to Washington, while that debate will be important for the last few votes to move, and certainly the expertise in this room would be vital in marshaling itself for that debate, the debate that is going on in the next 90 days is going to be vital to whatever the result is of that debate in Washington in February or March. Thank you.
Well, that seems an appropriate time to turn the meeting over to George Daley.
No, I'm not taking